Fury Unleashed is brought to you by Live Oak Vodka. No matter what is thrown our way, Texans have a way of not only surviving, but rising above it. Call it determination. We have the heart of a mighty oak. That mighty oak can be found in the spirit of Live Oak Vodka, Texas's only handmade vodka. Check them out now at coastalbendistilling.com. Live Oak Vodka, baby. Let's go.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to unleash the fury.
Send my endorsement, Senator.
All that. I'll call him. Hey, all that. You know that ringing endorsement we gave you earlier? Gone.
Yeah. So everybody says,
Okay.
no mas.
No mas, huh? Hey, you let the state know. We'll hit them back later with what we decide. Call it. We'll tell them. We'll let them know what we.
Hey.
Calling us in the middle of a show.
It's in the air.
What you got over there, Diego?
Hey, Jocko, go, man.
You're not gonna you not trying to share that or what?
Hey, so are we going? Are we live? Are we doing this from this point? Yeah. Because we already tried to do the intro. And you fucked us on that.
Yeah, we hit an epic intro.
Golly. We'll try again next week, guys.
Yeah. Okay. What are you doing over there?
Have a little
taking random sips of Jocko Go. Come on, hey, Jocko Go's good.
That is good. Jocko Go.
They're not a sponsor.
Yes, they're not a sponsor. If
Anybody want to?
they could be.
I'm just gonna enjoy my lemon lime tropical soda mix with my Live Oak Texas vodka.
Eric's over here enjoying his cock. Wow, tails.
Do you want one?
I've got a good one, man. I'm converted. I'm a Live Oak guy at the moment.
Hey, toss me there on top of that.
I got some aminos. Just a little.
Or like what Jello says, the orange drink.
Go ahead. Did you taste your Live Oak yet?
Yes.
How is it?
It's good.
It's
delicious.
You got 3 shots in there.
Oh, shoot.
That's 3 shots of Live Oak.
Diego, bad news, man. The juice has expired. We need to take it out of the fridge and throw it away. OJ's gone.
Where were y'all when those broke?
Which one? The first time or this one?
When he died or when he killed? Before or after?
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I was working out in Vegas, and I was with Jason House, and he's like, "Dude, you see OJ died?" It popped up on the TV.
He lives in Las Vegas, OJ?
What? I think he did.
No one said
He
it.
doesn't count, right?
He lives in like Torrance, California.
But he got in trouble for robbing somebody in Las Vegas.
Well, yeah, allegedly. See, how is it? How do you get arrested for stealing your stuff? It was like his Heisman Trophy, his jerseys, shit like that.
Body, right?
But from who? Okay, if you steal a radio off the back of a truck and I buy it, I mean, I bought stolen property. Yeah, they come and they take it, and I paid for that. It's mine. No, it's fucking not. It's stolen. So I'm with OJ on that one, man.
But it's not your fault, though.
Yeah, it's not my fault.
If you buy stolen goods, I'm pretty sure.
How do you know it was stolen?
I think my brother got in trouble for that when we were in high school.
Yeah, the way it works is if you don't help them get to whoever you bought it from, then
Didn't fit.
You must have quit. You must have quit.
Man, so many hits from that trial.
The glove didn't fit.
Was that 95?
Yeah, it happened in 94, and I think he got convicted, no, not convicted. 95 was when the trial ended, I think.
Remember him on the freeway in that white Bronco, right?
Yeah. I was just trying to watch the Rockets beat the Knicks, man, and low-speed chase.
Thing for white Broncos ever since, man. Like, but the guy down the street from me's got a lifted white Bronco. Like his is a '96.
Probably the OJ one.
Yeah, it looks beautiful.
Did he do like red paint splatter down?
He's got
by the handles.
Yeah, I would love to have a red paint splatter one.
There's so many things wrong with that trial, man. Looking back at it, it's like all the jurors have pretty much admitted it was a get even for the Rodney King ordeal.
You know, depending on your age, you remember OJ differently. Like if you're older, you remember him as like one of the greatest running backs of all time.
Yeah.
If you're right after that, you remember him as this weird character actor during the 80s.
Let's come up as Barry Sanders.
Oh, for sure.
Just informal.
He's doing all those commercials. Like I remember him jumping over like
No murders though.
and like for like airline commercials or something.
Yeah.
Then,
right.
And I remember him in that Naked Gun.
Yeah. And then later on, you
remember him naked?
Then you remember him.
Diego, it's not that kind of show.
This great murderer, like he killed 2 people and got away.
Yeah, man. I mean,
you're good.
The gamote.
Then he wrote a book. If I would,
What's it called? If I did it, but if was in real small letters. It's like big bold letters. I did it on the cover. It's like what?
And then later on, like, he would join Twitter, and he started all of his tweets with, "Hey, Twitter, Twitter world."
Yeah. Oh, he was like 79, right now.
Yeah, he's pushing 80. Oh, yeah, he was getting there.
Poor guy. He didn't do Botox and shit, I'm assuming. He looked old, a lot old.
Peptides. He didn't do
Or
peptides.
any peptide.
Yeah, I hadn't seen him recently, so I'm
Pretty old.
Hey, man, black don't crack, man. He's still, he looks like 60, 62 maybe right there.
Prison suit.
Yeah.
Screw.
And then there's the glove don't fit right there, trying to put on the glove.
Look how young he was.
Yeah. Great hairline back then.
Yeah.
Hey, well, Nicole wasn't bad looking either.
No. Well,
Yeah,
depends when you saw
played
her.
it, yeah.
Like, which picture?
I don't know.
If it was the ones from the trial, not good. Not good at all.
But hey, but like the day where OJ met her, like in Buffalo, this looked great in those pictures, you know. So I mean, yeah.
Early her.
Wow.
Early her was. Have you ever heard Chappelle talking about OJ?
It's been a while, man.
And it is one of his first or the second comedy stand-up series he did when he first came back to comedy. He weaves in and out of this storyline about the first couple of times he met the Juice. And it's just a
remember that?
It's always like OJ with a group of white girls walking around.
Oh, man.
He's not black. He's OJ. Anyway, hey, shout one of his direct quotes.
No matter how you remember him, he was a big figure in different people's lives, and
Some good, some bad.
he may have been a piece of crap murderer at the end, but maybe he didn't. He didn't do it. I don't know. Probably didn't.
The glove didn't fit.
Reasonable doubt. I don't know,
He
man.
didn't like maybe a deathbed confession. Maybe.
That would have been so awesome. I hope somebody does something like that soon that makes the news. Like if he just leaned over, had some reporter, and like, I fucking did it.
Hey, y'all. Don't make sure they don't get a dime, but I did it. Yeah,
When that one of his died,
And he's out of there.
that or he's going, he's like, I killed her. I didn't kill the guy.
yeah, right. yeah. Who did that? It was AC. It was AC.
How bad is it that dude, like, talk about a wasted life. He died, was in the papers for a little while, that nobody remembers his name.
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman.
Ron Goldman.
We're old enough. She was.
Or maybe that was a dad. I don't know, but Goldman was his name.
It seems weird.
That's a cautionary tale, man. Hey, young guys, don't fuck with married women, or estranged married women, because if a dude loved the chick enough to marry her, he probably loves her enough to kill her. Allegedly,
Suppose
kill you or kill you. Yeah.
Restaurant, and she left sunglasses or something.
Yeah.
and he brought them back to her.
Hey,
And I guess he banged her. I don't know.
oh no, I don't know. I don't know the story, but you know, if listen,
Okay, listen. Let's be honest.
that nor she lives. Exactly. So you know.
He was probably in his
Hey,
20s.
hey, look, she left these sunglasses. Hey, Ron, you're banging her, right? You know what? Hey, take these to the house tonight. Who knows how it went?
Think about this. You're in your late 20s. Like, he was a pretty good-looking dude. She was obviously at that time still pretty good-looking, right? You take these. Oh yeah. You take these sunglasses. I don't know. OJ probably had a horse.
They don't put that stat on the back of the cards, Eric.
Running. OJ had those running back hips, so he was just destroying guys. Well, think about it. You bring those glasses
Just
back.
plowing through her defense.
I want you to put yourself in that situation right now. Think about it.
No,
You're driving.
no, I'm not. No,
Not think he's getting laid for bringing those sunglasses back. That's the only reason you bring those sunglasses back. I'd be like, I'm not bringing those sunglasses.
yeah, right. Hey, we need.
Or she was like, you can bring those glasses back.
If she was some average to not so great looking chick, do you think he's taking those sunglasses to her house? Do you think Lost and Found is getting DoorDash to that household? I doubt it. Right?
Plowing through the...
I heard. I tried to plow through it. That was good. That was it. That was good. Nothing was going to stop OJ, much like Bill Cosby.
All right, let's talk about these.
We're talking.
Hey guys, that's right. Now we talk about enough MMA on the podcast. We don't touch enough on other topics. We finally have that opportunity. Thanks for tuning into the Fury Unleashed podcast.
Welcome if you're listening on Fight Pass. This is not normally how this show.
Oh, do you remember the Bill Cosby, how he used to do it?
Put it in. Yeah.
With his putting...
Yep. Then he worked it into the intro of the Cosby Show too. Yeah.
One of my favorite things of him during the. I used to love the Huxtables.
Me too. Oh, dude, who didn't, man? Yeah.
I mean,
He was America's dad during that time period.
yes, I didn't have one, so he was awesome. Like that was Pops growing up, man. And all those
Theo, I used to like Theo.
when Theo got the fake knockoff version of the shirt he was trying to buy,
Yes.
Sister Manning.
The Lamar Latrell or something like that. That's the guy from the Revenge of the Nerds. That's not it, but it was goddamn. Hey man, where's Rasta? Rasta could tell me right now what brand that shirt was. I'm gonna message him later.
You know what one stuck with me? Do you remember when he got his ear pierced and was trying to hide it from his dad?
Yes.
Dude, he got his ear pierced. His dad said every time he turned, he talked. He moved his head like that.
Yeah.
I did that. I pierced my ear like I was 11 or 12. I did it like in the bathroom. I fucked my ear all over. Yeah.
Did you actually show?
Yeah.
You hit her with an earring, huh?
I did, yeah. Pushed it right
Shoved
through.
the earring right
yeah, he just shoved it right through, put the back on, got infected.
Yeah. And then it gets better, and then your ears pierced.
Yeah, man. I loved the Huxtables growing up, man. And
Bill Cosby's still alive and well, though, right? Just for the record.
I love he's well.
Well, you know,
He's out of jail.
fresh out of jail, California.
He was like he's out of jail, but like he's one of the few people who is a double GOAT in his career. He's one of the greatest comedians of all time and one of the top rapists of all time. Like he's definitely put up numbers.
Yeah, I mean, you know, unrivaled numbers.
Oh, way more than R. Kelly.
More than Diddy.
I mean, he's been at it longer. So, I mean, just by that sheer fact alone.
Profile diddlers that he diddled. Diddy was out there diddling. But I think Cosby he just put up numbers. Like he just put up numbers every week. Man, there's multiple ladies. We're saying,
Yeah, hey, this is for entertainment purposes only. We have no inside knowledge of any of this, guys. I'm trying not to end up on the Illuminati hit list.
Do you have to insert one of those like trigger warnings right there somewhere? I think you do it before you mention the raping.
Yeah, very early in the show.
Sorry about that, guys.
The opinions expressed on this podcast do not reflect those of Fight Pass or their executives.
Or Fury FC or its executives.
Even though it's
Even though it's it was the president of EPU operations.
Hey, speaking of some of the GOATs, we got to see some of the future GOATs this weekend. Yeah. At Fury Amateur Series 52. Dude, what a banger fucking card.
And I think
Poor guys, imagine having a segue from what we've been talking about to their fights, man. Hey, shout out to all the amateurs that competed on Fury Amateur Series 52.
Like 2 or 3?
Very few.
Yeah, very few, man.
13 fights. I think there were 10 finishes.
Yeah. I want to say the first fight was a split decision, and then finish, a decision, and then the rest were all finishes.
We were out of there by 5:30 p.m.
How crazy is that, man?
I loved it. That was fantastic.
Such a good card. Super fun. Hey, some of the highlights of the night. Devin fucking Williams. That's not his actual nickname.
Yeah, it's taken. Jim Miller has that one, but
Do you have those in order? I know you use.
Yeah. You kind of go off the rails.
I'm sorry.
Go in your own order. Yeah.
Fight 3, sir.
So yeah, let's go. Fight 3. Bam. Yeah. 217. Fight 3 is Caldero.
No. Fight 2 was Caldera. Fight 3 was Devin Williams and Pierce. But
Bitch, listen. No, it's not.
Okay.
This is not.
Okay.
I flipped him because I needed.
He's right.
You're right. Fight 4.
You're wrong.
I needed a break between my fighters. I forgot we flipped them.
But yeah. Devin Williams. I was about to say it wasn't 215. It was 15 seconds.
What was Devin's nickname?
El Chef, which
He was cooking.
he was. But I feel like
Did he say that? He loved to cook?
Yeah. No, Morano asked him where the nickname came from, and he said, because I just be eating and cooking or something like that. Yeah. I feel like he could do better with that, though. If you're kicking people's heads off in 15 seconds, man, you're not in the kitchen.
What's Demas Choppa's nickname?
The Chef.
There you go.
So one's El Chef, one's The Chef. Like
Who wears it better? Demas has been a grass, brother.
Let's make them fight it out. They fight for the nickname.
50 pounds different.
This is this kid's first.
That's what makes it interesting.
I don't think he can quite take it yet from Demas.
This is this kid's first win, but after his first fight, I became a fan, and I told Tom and them immediately because he fought a fucking dog.
Hey, I was a fan of Pierce. How about this week when these two guys come out and it's a 15-second fight, right?
Yes.
Is that what
They just throw
the first 10 seconds, they're just slinging bombs at each other. Yeah. Just
Yeah, it looked like Max Holloway from the night before. So yeah, man, came out like just swinging, throwing in the first 10 seconds, and then just got caught.
a beautiful head kick, man.
Where can they watch it now?
So
is it on YouTube?
Yeah, so you can go to our IG right now, and there's the recap, the highlight, the knockout brought to you by, I want to say it was Live Oak Vodka. That knockout was brought to you by, and you can see that knockout there, but you can also go to our YouTube and catch the full 15-second fight there as well. All of the fights from this weekend are now up on YouTube. This is our first time that we've ever done a pay-per-view.
It did really well
for the amateurs, and thank you.
On 24 hours notice, it did very well.
Yeah, great job, Diego.
Yeah, and got a curveball thrown at us and you responded well, man. I saw that the night before, and I made a comment to Anita. I'm like, man, look at that. What a great pivot to deal with the little hurdle that we had to deal with.
Yeah.
And how was the stream? Like, I don't remember hearing anything about the stream going down. No complaints from anybody, which, we sometimes have to deal with on Facebook.
So yeah, I had a few, which rarely ever happens, positive comments about the stream and the video quality this week. Yeah, we never get that. I only get complaints. I only get them. All my DMs after the fights are complaints.
You hardly ever hear when you do something well, right?
Yeah, and a few people reached out, and one of the guys was like, "Hey, I've complained every time and sent you messages, but this time I'm letting you guys know you did a great job." So great job, Diego, on that. And yeah, shouts to Devin Williams and knockout of the night and knockout of the year candidate. Like that's
on the amateur side.
On the amateur side, bro, that's a big knockout. The other performance award we gave out was to Damian Nunes out of my gym, baby, out of Strong Style MMA.
That was pretty cool.
19 years old, I'm sorry, taking on tough Edward Caldera, man. And I can tell you now, the way that started fighting, I thought it was going to be a wrap. Like, Caldera ran over, grabbed my guy, threw him to the ground, put him in mount. And I remember looking down at Eric being like, damn, all right. Because I wasn't coaching my guys. And, hey, I want to give a quick shout-out to my own team, man, to Vic Gonzalez and Laz Garcia. Taking over as coaches this time for our amateurs. We have so many fighters coming up, and I'm so busy during shows as well that it's hard for me to break away and go coach my own guys. There's still some guys that I actually coach during fights, but for the most part now, the amateurs and some more young pros have all transitioned over to Vic and Laz and Sijin and Raul and Josh Aliman, this great group that we have there together.
Okay, so with that, sorry to interrupt, is Vic going full-time into the coaching side of things?
No. Vic will be back fighting. Actually, he's competing next weekend for Sub Hunter.
Okay.
But he is just, he's getting married at the end of the year. And
congratulations.
He made a promise to his fiance that he was going to wait till after the marriage to have his next fight, which I think is insanity, but I've been public about that to their face. Hey, I think you're dumb. Like, fight now and then recover, and then you get married later. Whatever. But that's just me and my personal bias. Because I want
time limit, right?
Yeah.
An expiration date.
You do have an expiration date, but
we all do.
Listen, he's happy. Congratulations to the both of them. I'm happy for them. This is just me being a salty coach. Want to see my guy out there. But Damian Nunes, man, performance of the night with a big step back right-handed drop Caldera. Congratulations to him.
First round TKO. 17.
And then we're about to debut Jaden Wynn. That kid came out and did a front flip into a split.
Like, Jesus. That guy, dude, he's like Bruce Lee. He had those kind of movements in the fight, man. Just a badass karate fighter.
And it was so cool when I looked down and I realized who his coach was. It made total sense. Angel Huerta.
Yeah.
Like his coach. Yeah, his coach is Angel Huerta. And I talked to Angel backstage.
Yeah, Colin Wright in his corner as well. Can't go wrong with him.
Have a better combination of guys. And if you're a karate-style fighter and you have that background, Angel Huerta, man, can make you a star.
Yeah.
Because, for those who remember back in the day, Angel...
He was a badass, dude.
Destroyer, dude. Beautiful hair now, too. Great set of hair on.
Yeah, he does. He does.
Hey, also on this card... the performance of the night with the submission of the night went out to Jay Aldretti. And a fun fight versus him and Muhammad Trawali. Am I saying that right? Is it Trawali?
Trawali. That's what I went with. And he responded well to it. He didn't look at me like, hey, man, you butchered my name, so I'm going with that.
Muhammad's a kid he's fought twice now for us. He's been so much fun, man. Just big smiles every time I see him walking around enjoying the moment. And Jay Aldretti, 17 years old, already 2-0, 2 finishes.
Youngest guy to ever drop an F-bomb in the Fury cage in his post-fight speech.
Yeah, Jay. And he's asking for big names right away, like he wants to fight Dragon. He wants to fight Sebastian.
This is where you learn, man, and the kid's got it.
Listen, he's one of those guys, much like a Sebastian Ramirez, when we talk about like kids that have it, that kid's full of it. Like he's got it.
17 years old.
Yeah, man. And this
crazy,
confidence and the movement in the cage, some of the stuff he does is so much fun.
Think about that, though. Raul Rosas Jr. was 17 and already had, 6 pro fights?
Yeah.
It's fucking insane.
Yeah.
So, like, Raul Rosas is probably forever going to be...
youngest fighter ever. Yeah, because I think
the youngest fighter ever to go into the UFC.
He just turned 18, right? Like, he was 17, 18.
He was 17 on Contender Series, right?
Yeah, he might have been 18. He was, either way, he was barely at the end of 17, beginning of 18. Like, he was young. And then gets signed No, who's you can't stop that. Like who's
Josh Van was already what 21,
20 or 21
going into the UFC. Still fucking young.
Now, but Josh Van did it, I think, in less time than Raul Rosas did.
Yeah,
I want to say Raul's first pro fight might have been when he was 17.
that he just popped off. What, 4 of them before he went to Contender?
I think so. Let me see.
Well, the other one.
So his first, he was fast too. His first amateur fight was 2020. He waited a year, took his second amateur fight, and then he turned pro, and he fought, listen to this. He fought November of 2021, then he fights March, April, May, June, September, December. So we had 1, 2, 3,
Where was
4,
the Contender
5,
Series fight?
6, 7 fights in 2022, and that 2 of those included the Contender Series fight and his first UFC fight. So he made his pro debut. Listen to this. He made his pro debut in November of 2021. In December of 2022, he was in the UFC. 1 fucking year. That's insanity.
What's this fight?
Those are not fights. Those are grappling matches.
Yeah, grappling.
I did not realize he did that in a year.
And now he's fighting Ricky.
Yeah, now he's fighting Ricky Tercius.
How are they running that one back? I guess I know something happened. Raul got sick on fight night.
Yeah,
man, it's crazy. You look at like 12-3 record for Ricky, but he's been fighting since 2013. 8-1 record in basically 2 years for Raul Rosas. This is Raul Rosas' like longest stretch of inactivity since he became a pro.
there.
You think that might hurt him?
He said, at his age,
think so.
No, at his age, it's not going to hurt him.
I think Ricky Tercios might hurt him, but not that.
Tercius might hurt him. Like Ricky's a monster, man.
Yeah.
Speaking of monsters, did you guys watch UFC 300?
Yeah, I did.
Wait, did you watch UFC 300, Wayne?
I was busy setting up.
Yes, I did.
I seen parts of it.
Best card ever.
I mean, there were a lot of expectations going into that one, right?
Yeah.
Everybody wanted to see, Conor and Chandler, months back. That was going to have everybody shit on the main event. Oh, this card sucks. Which, if you say that, it really makes me question whether you know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
That card from top to bottom was badass, and it over-delivered. Shout out Max fucking Holloway. Shout out Alex Pereira, whose knockout in the main event, kind of got overshadowed by what Max did, a couple of fights before. What a fucking fight night, though, guys.
Starting from the main event, the finishing sequence for Alex Pereira. How much of a fucking savage is that? He didn't even.
Hey, I know I got kicked in the balls.
Kicked in the balls.
If he dies, he dies.
Never took his eyes.
Didn't even look away from Jamal Hill. Yeah.
Put his hand in Herb's chest. Get back. Get back. 3 seconds later, knocks him out with that crazy angle hook he throws. It's so beautiful.
How dare you kick my balls?
And
now you die.
There was a little bit of somewhat of a controversy. Jamal Hill and DC were talking afterwards, and they were basically like, "Why didn't the ref separate us back? I thought the ref was coming in to stop us."
I kind of thought that in real time because Jamal Hill was expecting separation, whatever, and then
nut kick.
Yeah.
But the ref don't call, you don't stop.
Exactly. Yes. Protect yourself at all times.
So Alex Pereira he's 10-2. And I put in our show notes, I think that he is one of the most underrated fighters on the roster.
He really is, man. And
because
count me among those because I was, I figured for sure Jamal Hill was going to knock him out, man.
Dude, really? 12?
Yeah, I didn't. And he's making a believer out of me because I didn't think that he'd get past Adesanya initially. And a lot of Sean Strickland, look at the names of guys he's defeated, 5 of them are former champions. He's making a believer out of me.
But that's the thing when you get a guy like Alex Pereira who has so much kickboxing background. When you go into like the UFC or any MMA organization, you get thrown to the wolves. There's going to be no easy fights, and it's kind of like the positions we get put in with some of these wrestlers.
Sink or swim, you got
these wrestlers that have so much wrestling background, and then they come over here to Fury, and it's their pro debut, and they're like, well, we need a 0-0 guy or a kickboxer that's got 100. 100 kickboxing fights. Well, we've got no MMA. We need a debut. And I'm like, man, I mean, who the fuck is gonna fight you? Like,
Yeah.
So when you start thinking about like greatest of all time fighters and combat legends, you know,
Max Holloway.
now for sure we'll get to him in just a minute because of like the champ status now. That's kind of like what everybody aims for, but what's like the standard bearer now is you kind of have to have a championship in the 2 different divisions. In 12 fights total, and only 9 fights. I'm sorry, 8 fights in the UFC. Beara has won the middleweight championship. He has won and defended the light heavyweight championship, and he did it all within 8 fights in the UFC. And I don't know if there's a 205er who I would pick against him right now. Like, who you going to take? He knocked out Erie. He beats Jan Blachowicz, who was the best chance of somebody wrestling him down.
Right.
Who's going to beat him? Now he's talking about going up to heavyweight. He could be the first person to ever win 3 titles in 3
Because he walks around at what, like 230 or something?
Dude, he weighed 205, walked in the cage at 232.
Yeah.
So you put him against the interim heavyweight champ. Help
Tom
him.
Aspinall?
Boom. Put him in there with him. Let's say he beats Tom Aspinall for the interim.
Then he's the GOAT.
Then he's the GOAT. Then you have like this super fight that has to happen.
With Kevin Jones?
Yes. To unify the title.
Jones stays out.
What a storyline, man. What a storyline.
That is, as much as this dude's amazing, Jones dog walks that dude. Like, Jones?
I had to get there. I had to get there because we're talking about greatest of all time. Yes.
Yeah.
So you have to have that fight.
I think we're all in agree. It's like, across the board, John Jones is the GOAT.
Yeah, 100%.
Like, there's never been any...
You can argue about it. You can make an argument for whoever your favorite guy is. You'd be wrong. It's John Jones.
Yeah. John Jones is, I mean...
How crazy is it that you sit here and when you talk about fights and like the fight on the card, we were back and forth about Holloway and Gaethje. You're back and forth about like you thought maybe Hill had a chance to beat Pereira. At no point have I ever thought like DC is my favorite fighter. And so when I go in, I'm rooting for him for these fights for John Jones. Did I think he was going to win? Not even a little bit. Not even a little bit.
John Jones is different, man. He's a different animal.
Easily the greatest fighter we've ever seen, and he's not done. We'll probably see 1 or 2 more fights from him. I think he'll defend the title against Stipe. He may retire after that. I don't know if he would do the Tom Aspinall fight, but he doesn't have to. No. Like, he's already the greatest of all time. And so, but I think you can start to put the Henry Cejudos, the Michael Pereiras, the GSP, these guys are starting to go further and further up. GSP was starting to lose some of his like standing when it comes to greatest of all time until he came back and picked up that 185 title. Yeah. Now he's got 2 titles, 2 different divisions. It makes a difference. That's what skyrocketed Conor up as well because of his fame. But he won a
champ status.
Yeah. First guy to ever do it at the same time.
Yeah.
You know what's cool? Is that
blowjobs. Oh, sorry. Go.
Hot oil massages.
What? Go ahead. No, what were you saying?
That somebody, a local fan in some regional promotion, saw him before he became the GOAT. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
John Jones?
It just underscores the importance, guys. You have to go watch these events live.
They saw Diego Lopez here. Yeah. He's going to be a GOAT.
Yeah.
Josh Van?
Man, hey, I missed his fight. I didn't make it home in time to catch that one. But I was really hoping he was gonna, get another, bonus.
Well, guess what?
For $300K
this Sunday.
Yeah, bam. We'll see him there.
You'll see him there.
So So when Danny did come out and say this, he did give additional bonus.
Yeah, he was gonna take care of it.
Finishes.
Badass, man.
Yeah.
Was it $300K?
No,
probably not. But listen, Diego was wearing some very nice Prada shoes.
He did, wasn't he? And that haircut was on point.
Yeah, he's Prada. We're paying top dollar for the haircuts these days.
We have to see him earlier in the week. We were out at Iridium's training facility.
He was cutting weight.
And hey, shout out to Iridium, beautiful facility out there. Like you're sitting down and walking there. Sean Strickland walks in. Diego Lopez walks in. Cam Smotherman walks in. Like they're all coming in there. It was
grab you a peach monster.
Grab you a peach. Man, it was delicious.
Yeah, delicious. Peachy Keen. That new monster flavor, Peachy Keen.
It's good. Yeah.
Is it good with the vodka?
We haven't tried it yet.
I don't drink that heart attack in the can bullshit, man. You guys are crazy.
So, but we got to see him like getting ready to cut his weight and stuff. And
I'm sure it's delicious.
We've been very lucky in that we got to know Diego. Very blessed. Got to know Diego as not just as this fighter, but as a person. We've got to hang out with him outside of the ring. Out of the ring, out of the cage, and he is just always with this smile.
Dude, he's one of the most modest, humble guys you'll ever come across, man. Yeah.
And he's in there, and he's what I was cracking up laughing. He's in there. He's in the little sauna. You can only see his head. And most people, you're in there, you kind of got this miserable look too. He's watching.
He probably had a
roll.
big ass grin on his face.
Everybody roll and just like, and he's like, oh, he's watching like he just loves it so
think
much.
he cuts a lot of weight? I don't think he cuts that much weight.
He doesn't.
He walks around in 160 or something.
Yeah,
Lean.
He is extremely lean. I mean, we were all hanging out the beach, man. He looks like
he looks back at it. He's like, I can make weight in a week.
Yeah,
on a week's notice.
Yeah. So hey, shout out to Diego Lopez for his amazing performance. Listen, he's a jiu-jitsu expert. He's knocking people out.
Yeah.
People don't realize the power he has, and that'll lead us into our main event this weekend here just a little bit, because one of those guys in the main event went 5 rounds.
Yep, holds a victory over Diego Lopez.
The women's fight, the women's strawweight fight, I really didn't watch it. It was very, very technical, but it was also so technical that there was no moments where I thought, like, outside of the first round where she got put to sleep and then the ref didn't stop the fight.
Yeah.
She managed to like shakily walk her way over there.
She was out of there.
But also they had the unfortunate thing of coming behind Holloway.
Yeah,
That's what I was going to say. It's very hard to follow that.
whenever you have to go after a fight like that, man, I mean, the crowd needs a minute to breathe.
Up to life. Yeah.
Bathroom break, whatever they need to recharge. Because, I mean, dude, that's like an adrenaline dump in a fight like that. Oh, my God. The crowd's going to lose their steam.
So watching that fight, it was very clear Holloway was winning the fight. Like he had won probably every round up to that point. Maybe Gaethje got the third.
Maybe.
And his use of range and his hands. And for the first time ever, he gets dropped. Like Gaethje catches, was it the first round or first or second? Gaethje catches him very briefly, drops down to that knee, slides, gets back up. He says in the press conference he slipped. But like when you go back and look at the replay, he got cranked.
You tend to slip when your knees wobble. Yeah, you see that replay right here.
Where he gets dropped.
Thanks, Diego.
Come on.
Boom, right there. Yeah. Ouch. I mean, hey, before that opening sequence unfolded, man, I made a comment to Anita and, friends who had over watching the fights. There's 15 seconds left. Like, man, I really didn't think this fight would go to the judges. I'm really disappointed to see this is about to happen this way. And then Max Holloway steps into the center of the cage. Center of the octagon.
Max Holloway
points at the mat and does what Max Holloway does, man, with the second to go, man. Golly,
dude, some of the funniest memes.
I know our neighbors heard us.
Have y'all seen the memes that have come out from after that? They the people patrol him. They're like, clearly the fight was rigged. He pointed, you just let him know.
Oh, God damn, man. Get over yourself. Yeah.
Listen,
there's always somebody that's going to say something like that.
The last 10 seconds of that fight are pure, beautiful chaos.
Yes.
Because what you don't see is Gaethje's hitting Holloway too. Like he's landing shots during that sequence. But Holloway is firing 6-1. Like, he's firing 6 shots to every one of Gaethje's. His Gaethje's just swinging.
Rapid fire. Yeah, man. And they were bombs.
And remember at this point, too, Gaethje was compromised after the first round when he shattered his fucking nose with that. Mm-hmm. Listen, of all the ways for that kick to land, that kick was supposed to go to the body. And Gaethje, because of the way that he leans over into stuff, the heel.
He blocked the kick with his nose.
Yeah, the heel caught him on the nose. The worst possible way he could go. Clearly shattered the nose. Now you're getting your mouth open trying to breathe the rest of the night. It's so hard to do anything.
Was it there? No, it was in the previous fight. Never mind.
And so here we go. 1 second left. Obviously, Holloway with the walk-off. In my opinion, it is. Is that the greatest knockout of all time? Or is it because it's so fresh in our memory?
Yeah, man. See, clearly it's because it's so fresh in our memories. I mean, if you go back through the annals of UFC history, you could probably find one that's better, but it's all subjective, man. And for my money, that's the greatest knockout of all time. Greatest UFC knockout of all time. 1 second to go.
There's a few that are close.
24:59.
Yair Rodriguez with the spinning underneath back elbow on.
I still like the
1 second left.
I still like the Terry Edson Barbosa. Spinning heel kick.
All those are green. But for me, I factor in all these details. BMF title, biggest card of all time, UFC 300. You're fighting a stone-cold killer in Justin Gaethje. Absolute savage. You have the fight won. You can just run around for 10 seconds. You have the fight won.
It's the manner in how it happened.
Exactly, man. Like, there have been a lot of great home runs in baseball history, but one of the most legendary ones, Babe Ruth calls this shot. Was the only thing. Max Holloway going to the center of the octagon and telling Justin Gaethje, hey, we're not going to the judges. We're doing it right here, middle of the cage.
That would have been bigger than that. Would have been Gaethje knocking him out.
Coming back.
Oh, yeah. Coming back, yes. He's definitely going to lose that fight. Yeah, if it would have gone the other way, yeah. Either way, I mean, you're talking knockout, greatest knockout of all time candidate.
I think the ones you guys mentioned, I think you have to mention Derek Lewis and the big, tall Russian. I forget his name off the top of my head right now.
Yeah.
Tall Russian. Derek's come back with a few seconds left in that fight.
Volkov.
Yeah, Volkov. Dude, there's been so many.
Nikolai?
I saw Derek as we were going over to.
You told me. Porky's?
Yeah, to Porky's.
What was he driving?
I won't look like a McLaren.
Jesus. How does he get in and out of that?
I don't know. I think he's got one of those. Remember, like shoe horns? I think he's got a body horn. Squeeze him.
Like that. I just feel like if I was that big of a guy, I probably wouldn't want a car that small.
He loves them.
I know. But I mean, or you got to get a custom made one, like.
Yeah,
I'm sure his seats are like Ferrari pushed.
That can't be his everyday driver, man. He's still got to be in the big truck that he was hauling victims of Harvey out in and all that. Yeah, man.
He drives those hypercars and supercars all the time. You see,
he was on Joe Rogan, and how many cars did he say he had? 20, 10?
He's got a bunch.
Depreciating assets, don't do it, guys.
Yeah, that's a horrible way.
Hey, shout out to Max Holloway, absolute legend.
Buy real estate and one sports car. There you go.
He was already, in my opinion, the greatest 145er. I still put him above Volkanovski, even though he lost to Volkanovski 3 times. But man, going forward, we may see him versus Topuria.
That's what he asked for, right?
Yeah, he
wants Topuria.
No, he like kind of shook it on. Nah, man, I don't want that.
Hey, what about the performance from Arman Tarzukian to defeat Charles Oliveira in a fight that Oliveira didn't have to take? Yeah. You know, they told Oliveira, you can wait and fight for the title next. And he said, no, I want to fight. I want to keep going. Fight at 300. He rolled the dice against a savage, and it did not go his way.
Yeah, we talk about that.
That's the dude that started punching people when he was walking out.
Yeah.
Love it.
A buddy of mine who's like a social media maven, like edited a splice in where he's like flicking someone off at UFC and then he spliced that in there. Dude, he got over 1 million views in response to reactions to shit so far.
It wasn't him. Or was it?
It may have been. It may not have been. I don't know. You watch the video and judge for yourself.
And maybe the guy with the most pressure on himself all night, Bo Nickel, had a good performance against Cody Brundage. And he made a really good point. You know, Bo's in there and the crowd's booing because he's wrestling him down and doing his thing. Bo's like, guys, remember, I had 5 fights.
Yeah.
I had 5 fights. The guy had 16 fights. And then where else? And when you kind of look back on the records, too.
You can look at that and you could definitely take that into consideration. And Bo's not wrong. But whenever you're fighting on the biggest show in UFC history, I mean, hey, man. It is what it is, and you kind of put yourself in that spotlight. So
remember, Bo didn't put Bo on the main card,
right?
Over there.
You know, the UFC did because he's a massive star,
right?
You know, and when people saw this was the same thing I felt about Sage Northcutt. If you want all the things that these people get when they first go into the UFC, then do all the things they did before they got to the UFC. Bo didn't do anything but go win 3 national titles, a Big Ten Athlete of the Year, the Dan Hodge Trophy. He did everything you could possibly do.
Woo!
Just like Sage Northcutt won like 1 million karate tournaments, was already in the Black Belt Hall of Fame and stuff, and had crazy abs.
So, ridiculous abs.
Do all those things, and you will get.
I think he should have never left the UFC.
Oh, they cut him.
He was a contract dispute. He was.
Oh, was it?
7-2. He was 7-2 in the UFC. He had a really good.
Well, he should have stayed there.
He went to 1 and got
destroyed. God.
See, it's like the money will come, man.
Yeah.
Hey, these crazy ass prelims, dude. Yuri Prochazka, that dude is just savage.
God, don't call him a samurai though, dude. Shit, he like took offense to that. No, you don't know me. Okay, it was a compliment, dude.
Hey, Aljamain Sterling made his 145 debut against Calvin Kattar, man. It was no joke. But I thought the coolest debut was Kayla Harrison coming over and subbing Holly Holm in a fight where I don't know what the hell Holly Holm was thinking.
Yeah, I wanted to catch that one. I did not see the fight, man.
Holly Holm decided to clinch with a 2-time gold medalist judo player. Like, she decided, I'm not going to use distance or space in my hands. I'm going to clinch up with her. And now she's had a lot of success.
Risky move.
Like the bigger, stronger person. But it definitely wasn't for her then. Look at this sexy guy coming in right here. We got Lester Batres Jr.
Hey, you might as well come on in at this
Come on
point.
in, man.
Yeah.
Come on in and say hi.
You might as well come sit down and join the show.
Unofficial guest on the docket, Lester Batres Jr.
Hey, man. What's up, my man?
Speaking of one of our top and up and coming
You
Fury
spent some
fighters.
time in Vegas getting ready for this fight, huh?
Yeah, I went to Extreme Couture and Syndicate, actually.
Did you see Cody still out there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We actually saw each other a lot. We trained together.
He's coming down. He's back in
So do you think Nunes comes out of retirement for Kayla Harrison? I don't know why.
No. He's fighting this week, too. Thick ass
She
card.
might. She put up a post. She put up a post on Instagram basically saying, like, hey, I didn't hear you say my name. Like, she had her ear to the street.
See, you can't retire and then call people out
Yeah.
unless you're planning on coming back. It's kind of how I feel about it.
Speaking of future GOATs, how's camp been, man? We sitting out there in Vegas, rock and roll with everybody.
Look at his ears.
Oh,
That's how
worse and worse.
That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
Can you move them?
Can
you wiggle your ears?
Here, let me see.
There they go. There they go.
Hey, when's the last time you could put an in-ear headphone in? He's like, I was 12. I was 12 before last time.
Yeah, you got beats.
Dude, just keep letting that beard grow, man. You look like at least 50% Russian. You can like give yourself like a new last name, or so you don't have to claim your dad anymore.
To go get cut up. So it'll be super.
Nah, don't do that. Don't do that. Man. Just let it grow out. Look like Hamzat or somebody like that.
Did you watch UFC 300?
Oh, yeah.
Dude, what you think about Max Holloway?
Sort of crazy. One of the best knockouts for sure.
We gonna see you do that this weekend?
Yeah, shit.
Hey, if it gets towards the end of the fight, say, hey, we don't want to go to the judges. We're doing it right here.
He's gonna come out and do it at the start. He's like, I got to be low.
Yeah, that's enough. We ain't staying to that last 1 second.
Lester's gonna make dinner reservations for 10 minutes after his fight starts.
Yeah.
Let's go. Man, we're excited to see you back out there, man. What was I going to ask you, man? Because I did have plan on you walking in here and throwing. Hey, see, O.J. Simpson died, dog.
I just see that.
We already.
So, hey, what's your memory of O.J. Simpson?
What do you know about O.J. Simpson?
I know like what supposedly he did. You know, the glove didn't fit you right, but I don't know.
The glove is like it, baby.
You can't say he did it because the jury said he did.
There you go.
Right.
There you go.
So, in the allegedly.
Yeah. You know what I like? That was super cool that you posted. This is theft. This is also theft.
I post a lot of cool shit that might offend some people, but
That was fucking
it's
awesome.
not meant to offend anybody. It's meant to make you think. And if you get it,
Can you explain that to Rich? Because he probably didn't see it.
I don't care.
yeah, Rich doesn't. Rich just wants to talk about social media. That's fine.
What's your
Rich owes taxes anyway.
probably
Hey, we all do. And it's all blend.
the last few days of camp? Like, what are you working on right now?
He drinks live oak vodka, but not
What you
today.
got going on?
I mean, honestly, right now, I'm just mostly focusing on just, sweating and staying healthy. Like, the last, like, the work's already been put in. So, at this point, it's just about staying ready. That's all it is.
And we don't have a hard weight cut.
Nah.
We're fighting at 170 instead of 55, so.
I've been able to keep filled out, so it's been a lot. But honestly, I enjoy this a lot better. Like, I just get to live and go fight. Like, fighting for me, I'll fight every weekend, Like, that's not a problem. Like, it's the cutting weight.
Yeah.
Cutting weight.
So you're probably on weight right now.
Yeah, I'm pretty much there.
So what do you think about those who would say, hey, just let's do away with weight cuts, you fight at your walk around weight, and those are the weight classes?
Love that.
He did that for IMMAF.
Yep.
You would
And he
probably
did very well.
You would probably really like a 165 division, right?
165 would be probably the best thing for me.
Yeah, but if everybody fought at the weight they walked around at, he would be at 170.
Yeah.
And there's and
Nah, how it is, though.
But the 170 guys would be fighting at like 205 or 485, yeah. So, I mean, it would all kind of balance out, I feel like.
Yeah.
I feel like you'd still have the same guys in the same divisions, just a weight class up.
Yeah.
Right? Rich would be in the heavyweight.
I'm already in a heavyweight.
Golly, I'm pushing it. Shit, man. I'm right there with you. Get my ass back in the gym.
You're pretty. Heavyweight. This guy,
300 and up.
Hey, so I don't know if you know or not, but we have a special bonus for you after this fight.
$300,000.
Finish? Nope.
Yeah. I thought that was it. That's enough. I thought we were. Hey, I thought we were. Well, it's it. If we want to be the UFC, we have to act like the UFC.
I don't want to. If you finish your fight in the first round, Diego's going to take you on an all-night spa cruise.
Oh,
Right? And like,
just me and him.
He's got really good hands from what I hear.
yeah, but weirdly, he was like, the smartest Diego. Y'all see no back in his
Bedroom.
There he is.
Why are we boarding in your bedroom?
Hey, do you have any like pre-fight like week rituals that you go through? Like you like to eat the same place, do the same thing?
Sacrifice a chicken.
Look, to me, it ain't nothing. Whatever the fuck happens, like I'm gonna go out there and do what I gotta do. Right? It doesn't matter. Like, if the fucking world's ending and I still had a fight, I'm gonna still go out there and do what I gotta do. You know, like, it doesn't fucking matter.
Well, this is perfect. We're getting ready to break down the card this weekend,
And we got you.
and so you're here. We're gonna talk really badly about you for a second.
Okay.
Just ignore that portion of it. But you're gonna be just fine. You got the card over there? What you doing?
I'm trying to get to it. Eric just emailed it to me right before the podcast, so I haven't seen anything.
Yeah, he does that.
You've seen the card for this weekend.
I see.
Any fights on there you're looking forward to?
Honestly, the main one I want to see is Cody, just because like I train with them now, so it's all right. I want to see him win.
Cody just had a change of opponent last week, so
Did he really?
yeah, we brought this guy in 13-5, Alejandro Martinez, and I knew of him a little bit, but I didn't know how popular he was. And then I see like Raul Rosas and Macio and all these dudes going in on his post saying, "Hey man, go get him," and all this shit. So the dude's about it, man. He's the real deal.
All right, here we go.
Seriously, a broken link.
Kick it off tonight. We got Daniel Agret taking on David Reza. Robert Costa taking on Mahia Kubals. Is it Mahia? Mahia Kubals? I don't remember how you said it. I thought that was correct.
Ajay.
It might be Magi. Chris Faddick taking
Oh, he's fought for us before. I remember that name.
in Dallas.
Yeah, and I butchered it, and then somebody corrected it for me.
Magi.
Yeah, I think it's Kublai. Maybe, I don't know. We'll figure it out.
TBA versus Tony Figueredo. We're working.
Ooh, TBA.
We're working on that.
Working.
That's a
might-
BMF.
Might have that done today. Willingham and Coker. And then we got Garrett Foster taking on Lester Batres Jr.
At 170.
170 pounds. Mario Suazo taking on Cameron Cash. And then we get to our main card. Quentin Campbell taking on the freak Miles Banks. It doesn't get any bigger than Miles Banks, man. Like he is absolutely massive. 2 debuts I'm looking forward to.
Chip on his shoulder, dude. A massive chip on his shoulder.
Taking on Cameron. It's Veals or Velas. I'm not sure which side it is.
Veal.
Whatever it is.
I don't know.
I've offered this kid probably 9 fights, and he said yes to all 9. And for whatever reason, his opponents keep pulling out. And so this one came out, 3 weeks notice? Again, he said, yep, I'll do it. Sure.
35, huh?
Back at 35. His kid, no, it says 35. You drinking? Yeah. This could be the fight of the night on the main card, Joel Maddock and Tony Toro.
Yeah.
Tony Toro does not know how to be in a boring fight. And Joel Maddock at 5-1, absolute savage.
I'm looking forward to that one.
I'm just telling you, like, I'm a big Tony Toro guy, man.
Yeah, I like Tony Toro also, but Maddox's a badass. That's going to be a banger. I'm looking forward to Gurule and Trujillo, El Philly.
Trujillo, 2 guys back.
That's going to be a war.
We got title fight implications in there. Alejandro Martinez taking on Cody Steele. Cody Steele 5-0 taking on guys 13-5, man. Like, Cody Steele is a savage.
Sometimes you got to do it.
Feature fight of the night. Ryan Coos taking on Cam Smotherman. Did you guys watch the Smotherman and Coos on?
Diego. Thanks, Diego. Did you do the shit talk on extra rounds?
Yeah, I did. I did see that. That shit was funny.
So, do you think that because you come from Miami, you're a top level above all the regional fighters?
Hey, the dude's got a solid record, and he's not afraid to throw down.
Yeah. Well, hey,
He's a fight with nobody else.
No disrespect to him. Who did he beat? None of them impressed Cam Smotherman.
I mean, let's see. This is my chest.
It might have impressed Cam, but I will say this. It took Ryan's team about 30 seconds to say yes to Cam.
They're those guys.
I do like that.
They also, when you go back and you look at Ryan's grappling, like, that dude's a stud wrestler. Like, that dude can wrestle. And when you talk about the ways that Cameron Smotherman has struggled, it's against a wrestler.
Yeah.
Now, the Cameron Smotherman we saw at Iridium Hey, dude, his wrestling looked great.
He's been working on that.
And he's been training with Diego the last 6 weeks, who's a stud on the ground, man.
Out there with Diego Lopez for
Reason Diego's coming this weekend.
How cool is that? He's coming here for Cameron, man.
He was come see his.
So, listen, we never like make predictions during the show. That would be really biased of us here. Are we always rooting for the hometown guys?
Never.
Not necessarily.
They never.
Not necessarily.
Of course I am.
Yeah, dude. You ever listen to these podcasts back, and there's always a burper and a snorter. It's always Rich.
This dude burps every 10 seconds.
I've heard it twice, dog. Jeez.
I had another one brewing there for you. Hang on.
Get out of here. Sam, leave this man.
Hey, we got to get him into a specialist, man. I know.
Hell yeah, you're killing it.
Co-main event. Actually, it's Labo Vaga today, sir. Aaron Young taking on Justice Torres. It's going to be a scrap.
Yeah, it is, man. Justice Torres, he's one of those guys, man. He's at the top of his game. A few more finishes, and he's in that hunt, to get the call that we talked about.
Yeah, he struggled with wrestlers as well.
Yeah, so I mean,
and AY's no joke.
It's gonna be a real test for him.
Tough test.
I know he's been working on a lot of that too. Along with Cam. So exactly.
These are the cards that you get tested on.
And look, in our main event of the evening, we have the last man to beat Diego Lopez, Nate Richards,
the natural,
who went
Nate Richardson
rounds and beat Diego Lopez here in his Fury debut for the 145 title. Nate being the former 145 champion, taking on the Texas Kid, baby,
the guy that's been calling for it since he was 1-0.
Yeah, Michael Aswell,
the Texas Kid,
has never backed off of what he wanted to do. He wanted to be the Fury champion and then go to the UFC. And I think we all know very well that with a win and the belt, it's his last fight for us.
Right.
He's not going to be here anymore. And when you look at this card overall, and you start thinking about not just contender series, but overall prospects, this card is loaded.
Dude.
And I don't even...
From top to bottom.
And I don't even count... No offense, Lester. I don't count someone like Lester just yet, because 2024 is not the year that he goes. 2024 is the year he just starts adding wins to his record.
Right. He's building his resume. This is the year he builds his resume and makes his case for the call-up next year.
2025, the conversation is now, hey, Lester needs one, or Lester needs this, but just that's only because you're so young, you're 1-0. I don't think you're going to go with 2-0. Maybe, I don't think, do you?
I think maybe 5.
Maybe 5. Exactly. Next year's contender.
Just depends on how many more fights he gets in this year.
Hey, show him Raul Rosas Jr.
He might ask for 3 to fight.
Show him what Raul Rosas did.
Oh, dude. Have you seen Raul Rosas, what he did to get to the UFC?
Dude, he fought what he did. 7 months in a row.
1 year. In 1 year.
That's what Van did.
9 fights.
Oh, Van did 7.
1 year, 9 fights, including 1 contenders and 1 UFC fight.
Damn.
So he was fighting every month basically. Then took
it showed in there March, April, May, July.
And he said he would do it. Get him some fights, man.
It's more having the opportunity, right?
Get him some fights lined up.
Next start as well, and it's at 165. You don't have to cut as much. Man, probably.
I'll tell you, yeah. It's at 165. I'm good. We'll create a cruiserweight division, 165. Let's do it. The Fury cruiserweight division.
Yeah.
So when you look at
be a trendsetter, Eric.
Do you see who are you picking? I can ask you who you're picking in the fight
for the last one
for the title.
I like Aswell. Shit, I train with Aswell, so I gotta go with my boy.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
The dude's a dog, man.
Yeah,
it's not a bad pick, but man, he's got Nate Richardson in front of him, and that is
ever faced anybody like Nate.
No, man. This is going to be a true test for him. No, of course not.
I love, and I say this every time we bring up Michael Aswell. And early in his career, people were begging to fight Michael Aswell. I kid you not, we would get messages. Hey,
I know. I'm sure he did. I saw it online. If that many people were talking publicly, I got to imagine how many people are emailing you privately.
Easy work. Give us that next. Yeah. Crickets now. No one ever since ever since the Cameron fight. Ever since the Cameron fight, when he showed that, oh shit, he's on this. That was a former champion. He's on this level now, and man, he is so fun to watch. I'm really excited to watch this entire. This is again, maybe we say every few cards. This is our best fucking card we made.
How does the UFC top UFC 300?
Yeah.
Mick talked about that last night at dinner.
How do they
he was like, dude, how the fuck are we supposed to beat this card?
If we're talking like,
so y'all will. Yeah, that's what he said. It would take UFC 400. He said that'd be about 8 years.
Yeah, you could do it then. It was a whole new crop of stars.
I think putting Connor and Chandler. What is it, 302? I think that'll rival, the numbers-wise, now greatest card.
Right.
How about
I
How about
know.
fights? They started the prelims off with pay-per-view type fights.
Cody Garbrandt and they was figuring out,
man.
You could do it every time, but, you shoot yourselves in the foot.
I'm gonna make an 8-year bet right now. I can almost guarantee you could be on UFC 400. 8 years. You're talking about within 2 of those years, you're probably in the UFC already.
Yes.
How old will Lester sit?
Golly, be like 68 or something, right?
So here's the bet.
Hey, let Lester be a 68 with abs. I'm going to say it for you, Lester.
8 years from now, will Lester Daddy still have the abs when you're fighting on UFC 400?
Shit.
Will he have?
Oh, will he slowly start to ease more into
Grandpa weight.
Yeah, I'm trying not to let him. He wants to. I'm like, nah, fuck no. You gotta stay. He's not.
I love it, man. I love it.
Starting to get. He's like, shoot. He's starting to want to fade off. I'm like, nope. Get back in here, bro.
Listen, man, it's harder for guys like us to recover than it is for you.
Yeah, I know.
Can't forget that. Fuck, you want your dad to stick around for? You gotta take it easy on him. Let him get his rest.
Hey, before we get out of here, is there anybody you want to thank while we got you? Your sponsors you want to talk about?
Oh man, I just always want to thank all my sponsors. They've been here with me since the beginning. Shit, TexCon, Starched, Fuegos, Batres Grand Venue, my gym, Henzo Gracie at Houston. Of course, my pops. Shoot, he's been there. He's been there since before I even started fighting. So, of course, those are all the.
You've been with hips that you're just hanging around.
Yes, it's shit.
A little each.
Yeah, that's all it was. I wasn't living a thought.
It's a glint. It's a glint in his eye.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey guys, listen. Make sure you go to FuryFC.tv. You can get a few GA tickets. The tables are sold out. This event is pretty much sold out. You'll be able to go to walk up and get a few tickets this weekend. But make sure. Hey, look,
And if you can, go see it live. Nothing like it.
UFC Fight Pass and subscribe right now and make sure you don't miss any of the Fury action. Please go out there, support these amazing fighters. Lester, we look so much forward to seeing you fight this weekend. But man, we are a wrap today. Wayne, you know what?
Hey, guys, the time for talk is over. This has been Fury Unleashed.
And now, Houston, Texas, make some noise because the time for talk is over. It's time to